This
Hello everyone. This is going to be my live reaction to um the finale for Star Trek Picard Season 3, Episode 10, The Last Generation. So now, before we get into a couple of housekeeping quick things, first off, don't ever try and record a Zoom, use Zoom as a method of recording video and watching it, even if you're not sharing your screen, because it will cause the audio to digitize out because it thinks you're trying to rip it off, which I'm not. I'm actually watching it and then just recording my face, but for some reason, the website interprets that there's another piece of software running and it thinks you're trying to rip off the video and rip off the audio from it. So it's causing it to kind of break up the audio. So watch it on another device if you're going to do a live view, a tablet or something. Okay, so the next thing is what you'll learn about me is that I make t-shirts. I design t-shirts as well, in addition to many other things. I've been an entrepreneur for many years. So um, TV Snoops is not my only program. Ultimately, I'll also be doing a program called Movie Snoops, one called Music Snoops, one called Book Snoops. Um, Basically, anything media related, I'll have some kind of Snoops related to it. That's kind of a brand. And then I designed the t-shirts, like I said. So this is the t-shirt design for TV Snoops right here. There, right there. So if you all this stuff here, I designed the television frame. The color bars is just you get that off the internet. But I designed all the frame of the television and then the logo, the lettering for the logo. So if you like that at all and you want to either have suggestions on a design or if you're ever interested in t-shirts, I might do t-shirts for those eventually for people to purchase, but it's just a matter of, personal opinion. This is just all for fun because I enjoy designing t-shirts and all that stuff like that. It's kind of a fun thing. So I like that. So that's one thing. The other thing is if you have suggestions on TV dinners that you watch before or when you're watching your television programs at night or whenever you watch them, if there's something you sit down at your desk with or on your sofa with that you eat that you like, this is the best TV dinner or thing you could eat when you're watching a TV show, then please leave a comment and let me know what your suggestions are so I can try it because I'm very open to trying new things and, good TV dinners, maybe something I haven't tried, what you think is the best out there, all that kind of stuff like that, whether it be vegan or vegetarian or there's many different dietary habits of people. If you're full on carnivore, whatever it may be, just make a suggestion. I have no problem trying something different. It's kind of part of the spice of life is something different, right? Okay, so let's get into Picard. Before I do that, let's do this here. Get my little headphone ready because I am gonna put it on my ear and you won't be able to hear it because I'm not trying to violate copyright infringement. I'm just trying to give it an opinion video here. I do encourage you to watch this if you're. I'm not going to be explaining the story, by the way. I'm just giving reaction. So if you want to know what happens in the episode, either wait for the spoiler video that I'll be doing afterwards, which is a review, or go watch it yourself on Amazon. You can watch it on Paramount Plus. If you haven't done it before, you can get like a 30-day free trial of Paramount Plus. You can binge watch all the episodes if you really want to. Okay, here we go. Star Trek Picard, Season 3, Episode 10, The Last Generation. Right now, it's just the opening showing the Star Trek Delta and showing an image of the Titan. This is previously kind of catching you up. It's showing the Borg Queen talking to Jack. Talking about how the Borgs passed on that technology we talked about in the predictions video. Jack, don't do this. Jack ran off to face off with the Borg Queen and thought he was going to stop her, and then he kind of went out, showing Frontier Day with Admiral Shelby. Fleet formation! Talking about the Borg DNA again. Showing how Sydney and the others took over the Titan. How Shaw, if you didn't know, was killed. And how they're on board now of the Enterprise D, which LaForge restored. And they're going towards Earth. There we go. Anton Chekhov is the president of the United Federation of Planets. So this is the son of the original Chekhov from Star Trek, the original series. And it's telling people to save themselves and that they talks about how there's no signals going out to other people for help. And so that means they're on their own. There's nobody coming, there's no cavalry, or as Data says, they are the cavalry. And there's a Borg vessel. I guess they call it the Jupiter class. And they're heading towards that ship. Oh, the Borg ship emerged near Jupiter. It's not Jupiter class. It's near Jupiter. Can't see it. So they have a transwarp conduit inside of the Jupiter gases. It's broadcasting. And is Jack is directing the Borg. And it's saying that the only way to save Earth, Picard says the only way to save Earth is to sever the connection between the ship. And Picard says, what it started 35 years ago ends tonight. Shimmer. So this is where it just says Star Trek Picard. So that was the opening. Part 10, The Last Generation. Okay, so the Starfleet, the Starfleet ships that have been taken over by the Borg are now attacking the base of the Federation on Earth. They just keep saying fire, fire, fire. It's like it's almost like Beavis. Fire, fire. Pretty cool. Seven and another officer. Seven. I think that is that Rafi. Rafi. So Rafi's there. So so Rafi and Seven got on the bridge with a few other crew members, and they shot at the Borg, and they were able to clear the bridge. They shot at them, and the Borg all transported away. So the Borg transported into the transporter room, and they moved them. Basically, they went to the transporter room, and now they are going to come back down to the bridge to take over them. And they said lock the doors on the bridge. Seven said lock the door on the bridge. There's an annoying guy talking about how he needs to. He's not. He's only a cook. I guess he's. I guess it's Steven Seagal. I'm just the cook. Steven Seagal's, I think, under siege. He was a cook. This guy says he's a cook. He's not a cooker. He's not a pilot. It's talking about Seven says they have to find a way to disconnect it from the fleet formation because they're still under control of the Borg. There's the cube. Data says the cube is only 36% operational, and that they're using the bulk of their energy, that Borg cube that the Enterprise D is with, they're using it to broadcast. And Deanna's saying she has a feeling like quiet suffering. And Data says he hates them. He's showing emotion. It says their shields are lowering on the Borg. Okay, so they're saying that they have to go to the Borg ship and try to find the focus of where the beacon, the signal is being sent from, so that they can try and sever it and stop the fleet from getting direction from the Borg. Guard says, "It's what." So Picard says he's going. Riker says you're not going alone, and Worf says, "And I will make it a threesome." There's a visual you didn't need. That'd be some really nasty, kinky stuff going on because Worf is into crazy, wild Klingon stuff. At least he was. So they're going over to the Borg ship to try and locate Jack and sever the connection from the Borg ship to the rest of the fleet that's attacking Earth. And Picard is saying it has been an honor serving with you all as they leave, which means basically he's not expecting to come back. So they're in a dark. They've beamed onto the ship now. That the Borg ship is actually does not does not have many um doesn't have as many Borg on it as they expected. And there's a bunch of deactivated drones. And there's some of these. So it's almost like they're saying that the Borg are feasting on some of their drones because some of the Borg drones have been turned almost to skeletons on the ship. Picard is saying Picard is saying that he has to part ways with Worf and Riker. He's saying that it's time for him to be a father and they need to go find the beacon and sever it. So he's going after Jack and um they're gonna go after Worf and Riker are gonna go after the beacon. Picard is losing signal from the Enterprise now as he walks into a room where all the wires and hanging wires and things are. He sees a figure on a platform. It's like Jack is the one connected on the platform. So the Borg Queen says that Jack is home and that you are home. And she says, at last, Locutus has returned to his true, to the collective, to her. He raises his phaser towards the Queen that went to break her black. So on the Titan, it's showing the Enterprise. Looks like it looks like they're seeing the Enterprise D. So Seven and Rafi were talking about how they saw the Enterprise D, and how they saw the Enterprise D, and how basically that they know it's not connected to the rest of the fleet. They could fight from it. Seven is saying send out a jamming signal so that they can't use the Titan as a weapon as well. And now Seven is saying she's saying I'm asking you to to stand up because we are all that's left of Starfleet to fight to protect it. Saying it's up to you. She says, I know I'm asking you to sacrifice your lives. So they turned on the cloaking device for the Titan. And Picard is he fires the Borg Queen and there's shields that protect her. She's basically saying that the Picard left the Borg basically confused and broken, and it caused them to start dying off, and that they were lonely, and that that it's Picard's fault that it happened. The Queen says that the future of the Borg does not lie in assimilation, but in evolution. The Titan is firing at other ships. It decloaked and is firing at other ships. So they're basically going in and out of cloak to prevent them from connecting and controlling the Titan. Okay, so I think they're leading, but I think they're leading. So Riker and Worf are now under attack by Borg as they try to stop the beacon. On the Titan, the drones or Sydney and the rest of the assimilated um, they um, they broke out of the transporter room where they had been contained by a force field. So they're now going after the crew of the Titan. The cube is firing at the Enterprise D. The Titan is flying through the armada of ships that they get hit with a torpedo. Seven is Raffi is saying it's harder for them to be to resist the control that they're looking for the Titan right now. They're firing weapons at the cube. Riker Riker pulls the out of Okay. All right. So, interesting. Data is going to navigate the Enterprise into the Borg cube as they're searching for that beacon because it's the heart of the ship. Data is going crazy on the keyboard of the com. They've severely damaged the space station for Federation, the space dock. And Borg, the ship, the Borg controlling the ships are targeting every major city on Earth, and now they've targeted the Titan, and the cloak is gone. Picard's trying to talk to Jack. Excuse me. Picard is trying to separate Jack from the cables that have him connected to the hive. Titans are being attacked, still getting hit by attacks. Says all systems are non-responsive, and that the Borg crew is making their way to the bridge. And without the cloak, and Sydney and the others have fired and destroyed the cloak. They're back on the cube now. Talk about where the target locks they have on Earth, San Francisco, the different cities. Enterprise is moving towards the sphere at the center. I see. I see. I see what they're doing. Okay. There's there's what their decision is, apparently. It's going Shakespeare. It's going Shakespeare. Oh, okay. Interesting. Jack is having Picard is having a conversation with Jack. I won't tell you how, but he's having a conversation with Jack. Picard is saying that Jack is the part of him that was missing all along. Mm. Showing flashbacks of the time that Jack has had with Picard so far. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. All right. This is not tears from what's on the show. It's just I have issues with red eye irritation ones. Okay, now I understand what the title is about. Okay, so I understand what the concept of what the what I understand what the title is about now. All right. Now, where's the other one? Where's the other one? Yeah. A little storybook, put it that way. It's a little storybook. Very, excuse me. Um, okay. Yeah. I don't think it's the world, isn't it like the galaxy or the universe or something? Probably that. Probably nepotism. Uh-huh. Oh God. You gotta be kidding me. Oh my God. Really? Ugh. You have got to be kidding me. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is just really cheesy. Oh God, you're gonna say it, aren't you? You're gonna say it. You're gonna say it. Oh Jesus. One word. Not a whirlwind, it's a galaxy wind. That sounds like a really violent fart, a galaxy wind. Reference back to the first episode, or actually, all good things. Okay. As long as you've got some uh, Old English kind of knowledge, maybe you'll understand that. Really? Uh-huh. Okay. I'm gonna let the episode finish wrapping up, and I'll make some quick comments. I will say I was entirely wrong about what happened. Entirely wrong, although I think it would have been better. And it just tells you there was a lot of lip service, maybe to mislead, people like me. And I will say that it's almost basically the same ending as All Good Things. It's almost the exact same end as All Good Things. All right. After credits, if you want to know, there's an after credits scene. Probably the better part of the episode. Okay. So that was probably that was reasonable. That ending, that extra scene was reasonable and kind of poetic. Um, so I don't have a problem with that one. Uh, that actually I thought was kind of good. Um, it kind of goes back and changes some of their history that they did in season two of Picard, but it's acceptable because of what they did with it. So just note that there is a scene after the initial credits that they do. Okay. All right. So that's it for the episode. Sorry, I had to watch on my phone instead of watching on screen, so I could keep looking at the camera here. Okay. So that last part kind of saved some of it because I was not terribly impressed by the rest of the episode overall. Even though there was a lot of action in it, I felt like it was I felt like the challenge aspect of it, the conflict that they really had to overcome, did not was not as strong as it could have been. I don't feel like the wrap up was as good as it been. If I was rating this on a scale of 1 to 10, I would probably rate this at 6 is the first thing that comes to mind. Not super impressed. They stole a lot of stuff from history. They kind of even replayed certain parts of history towards the end. This is just reaction, but you can go watch the full video that I'll do on with all the spoilers and things like that. But do keep in mind that at the end, after the kind of cheesy recreation of another scene from All Good Things, and there's credits, there is a an after credits scene uh that is pretty good. That after credits scene I give like an 8 because I think that was really good. Even though they had to rewrite a little bit of their history, I think it gets an 8. It's actually pretty interesting. So, but overall, the whole bulk of the episode, not really impressed. I think they took a few too many. They made it a little too easy. Some of the things in the episode. I think that there should be sacrifice in this situation, but there really wasn't. Um, and I think they had a grand opportunity to do that and still kind of move the story forward. But they kind of went for the storybook sort of version of an ending. Um, so yeah, only a 6 because I feel like they stole a lot of stuff from the past. Even though they did one element from the past at the end, it was actually kind of an 8 because it was good. Overall, I would call this a 6 out of 10. Better episodes have occurred in this series and even in this season than this episode, in my opinion. The conflict just wasn't as strong. This was really more about um, kind of kicking butt or something. I mean, it was just even though they tried to make it seem as though it was a desperate situation, I didn't feel the desperation quite as much, especially because there was no loss as a result of it. I think it may have impacted it better if had been actually a loss as a result of this, and that there had been a sacrifice. I think then what they did would have had more impact. That's just opinion. So, anyways, that's my live reaction to this. I think you should watch it if you've seen everything else. But I kind of go back to this if you are watching this and you have never seen Picard before, you've never seen any of the other parts, this is the one that you've seen. That they're watching this and you're like, I have never seen Picard 1, 2, or 3. This is the only episode I've even, thought about looking at, and I wanted to see what your reactions to it. Let me tell you this. I'll say the same thing I did to the end of Entourage, which was one of my favorite shows from HBO. If you've seen all of Next Generation and you really enjoyed the way Next Generation ended, don't watch this, because the Next Generation thing was a perfect ending. It kind of ended everything and closed their chapter out. And this did nothing but kind of rob that ending of all good things. It was fine. It was fine, but it was mediocre and it was unnecessary. If you really enjoy the way TNG ended, because TNG ended strong and really great with a lot of the characters and everything that's happening, don't watch this. You don't need to see this. Let that world have happened the way you imagined it, and don't follow this, because I don't think that this was a great representation of what could have happened after TNG. So that's my recommendation to you. All right, that's it. Hope you enjoy the video, and if you have comments about this episode and you want to leave them down below, feel free to do it. Please tell me what you think. What would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10? If you like this video at all, and you like the content you're getting here, please sneak in to the like button's house and pour sugar in its underwear drawer, so that when it wakes up in the morning and puts them on, it will get ants in its pants. And do the dance with the ants in its pants. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm saying, but it's 3 in the morning. All right. Take it easy. Be well. Hope to see you in the next one.